Hi there, so I'm solving a LeetCode problem every day until I become a software engineer. This is max consecutive ones, number 3. So you're given a binary array, nums, and the goal is to return the maximum number of consecutive ones, with the caveat that every single zero you see, you have the potential to flip to a 1 based on the value of k. So in example 1, you are given this array, and you're allowed to flip at most 2 zeros. So the total number of consecutive ones you find out to be 6 after flipping 2 of the zeros and getting the sequence of 6 ones. To demonstrate my code, I'm going to visually demonstrate the example 1 case. So we have k is equal to 2, and this is the array that we're given. 2 pointers are assigned where we have the left index and the right index. So my program will basically move the right index continuously one by one. And every single step, it will check whether or not the number below it is 0. If the number below it is 0, then it uses one of the k's to convert the 0, flipping it to a 1. In the case that we run out of k's, the L will then move to the oldest flip 0 and remove it, followed by then moving a little bit to the right beside the R pointer. And then at the end of every single sequence, we check the maximum current sequence. So let's test the scenario out. So we have the left and right pointer. So the right pointer moves 1, and then checks if there's a 0. There's no 0. And we still have a positive number of k's, and then we check the current sequence. The equation for it is the right pointer subtracted by the left pointer plus 1. So in this case, it's 2. Move again, no zeros, k is still positive. Move again, this time we do flip one of the zeros to a 1. Still positive k's, this happens to be 1. And then we check the current maximum sequence. Move R again, this case, we flip again, and we have k decreased, and still we are not negative. Move R again, we flip, but this time now k is a negative. So now L is able to move, so it checks the number below it. It's not a flip number, so we proceed to the right. Check the number below it. It's not 0, not a 0. This does happen to be a flip number, so we basically remove it, followed by giving k back its positive number. Now we check the maximum sequence again. R is now able to move once. K is not negative. Move again. K is not negative. Move again. K is not negative. Again. And finally, we flip this number right here. And L basically checks. There happens to be a flip number below it, so it removes it in order to be positive again, and moves 1 to the left. And then we check the current sequence, and the sequence is 6, which is the answer. So finally, just to quickly reiterate, we have the different variables that we're going to use, where we have the maximum sequence to capture the maximum consecutive arrays. We have the number of k's used. We have the left index. The for loop is the right index. And then we check if the number below the right index is 0. If so, then we convert them technically to a 1. If, however, we run out of k's, then the left index, then moves to the right, checking the numbers below it, similar to the demonstration, followed by continuing to move to the right. This is to check the maximum sequence. Then we return the maximum sequence. And then here are my results. This took me roughly 4 hours to solve.